No, it's fine. And mute all. Good evening, everyone. I am coming to you, and my name is Debbie Wetzler, and I am now in Colorado. That's my new home, and I'm a triple diamond with this company, and I'd like to welcome you to the team phone call tonight. David is already in Hawaii on the diamond trip and is playing golf at this moment, so he has excused himself, and I will be running the call. We will have somebody else be running our team phone call next week. And that's because we'll both be flying home from Hawaii, and then it should be normal from then on out. So the purpose of our team phone call, of course, is to be a team. More good things are accomplished together as a team than they are independently, and we have more energy together, we work together, we all hear each other's successes and some issues, and we try to work things together out to make sharing ASEA and touching people's lives a true miracle that more and more people are hearing about. And because we work together, more people are hearing about it. And I just see the numbers keep going up and up and up every week. So I just want to congratulate you all again. You all are instrumental in doing this. You have all shared this with people, one person, 50 people, 100 people, and you have touched people's lives. It's like that beautiful story about thousands of starfish that were washed up on the beach, and they were drying up, and they were going to be dying. And this little boy was out there just pitching them all back into the ocean, one at a time. And a man walked up and said, "What are you doing? Don't you realize there's thousands? You can't possibly help them all, or make a difference to them all." And he pitched another one in the ocean, and he looked back up at the man and said, "Made a difference to that one." So every single person that you touch is going to be affected by the fact that they've tried ASEA, and it is helping their bodies to recover and be rejuvenated. So thank you for all your great work, all of you, no matter what rank, no matter what you are. You're all got beautiful big hearts, and you're doing a very good job. I'm going to start with a testimonial tonight, but I have my daughter Jackie sitting next to me. Hello. And
Hi.
Pearl Bowen, who is sitting here with her Free Hugs t-shirt on. And Pearl's going to introduce our testimonial for the evening in a very great way. So Pearl, take it away.
Shivani, there you are. I see you. This is my new friend, Shivani. Hi, we met briefly before I came on this cross-country trip I've been on, and we kept in touch, and she just gets it. Shivani's awesome. Spontaneity, she's just awesome. So if you'll share a little bit about what ASEA has done for you, Shivani, we'd love to hear from you.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Pearl. Hi, guys. So for me, it started when I met Pearl. Can you hear me? Okay, so it started when I met Pearl about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And she put some ASEA gel on the back of my neck, and pretty casually, you know. And then I walked across the street to another event I was going to, and I noticed that my energy was very grounded and more clear-headed and had more energy. So I thought, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So I checked it out online. She had given me the website to look at, and I was really drawn to it, and my intuition was drawn to it. So I checked it out, and I've been using it for maybe not just a little over a week. And I really noticed right away that somehow it has been affecting my nervous system, which was interesting. It seemed to give me a sustained energy and also felt grounded and clear-headed, like I just had mentioned before. Plus, I have pretty intense arthritis in my right hand, my thumb and forefinger. And in the beginning, I used the gel on it a lot, and it was working pretty good, you know, worked, I could feel it. But now, after about a week of taking the liquid, I noticed that now my hand is like 75%. That's what I've been noticing. And so I'm just going to keep going and see what happens.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Sorry, guys.
Can you hear
It
us?
says our internet connection.
No, yes.
Okay, got a little
Yeah,
bit.
now I can.
So I just wanted to share just briefly about when we show up in life. My book is called Get Up, Thread Up, Show Up. Is yet to be written, but that's how I live my life. And the meeting that I met Shivani at was the night before I took off for a month road trip across the country. I drove my son's car to Mississippi with his 2 dogs and then flew to Washington, D.C., helped Debbie pack up her house, and then drove back across the country from Maryland to D.C., or back from Maryland to Denver. And so that night when I went to that meeting, there wasn't much happening at the meeting, and I really didn't have time to be at that meeting. I had so much to do to get ready for my trip, and I had told someone I would go, so I went. And the meeting went on, and was pretty uneventful. And then just as I was leaving, Shivani came up to me and asked if we could visit. So this was the meeting after the meeting. So I tell people all the time, get up, thread up, and show up. And you just never know what kind of miracles are going to cross your path. And who knew that that little bit of gel that I put on Shivani's neck that night would have had the impact it would have had. Because some people get a pretty quick result and some people don't. So she did, and she's very intuitive like I am. So she felt it in her, I say in her soul more than in her mind. And then of course in her body. But when you show up, you just never know who's going to cross your path and who's going to, I mean, about a week and a half later, I guess, we kept in touch a little bit, texting back and forth. And I was at Debbie's house in Maryland. I got a text from Shivani. I really want to be a part of this. And so I sent her the enrollment options, and she looked them over and made a very intelligent decision, came on board in a big way, and she's already reaching out and sharing with other people. So again, when you show up in life, you just never know who's going to show up to meet you. And I suspect Shivani and I are sisters from another mother. There's a connection there that's going to be a lifelong friendship. And that for me is one of the beautiful side benefits of doing something like this and building something like this. Because if I wasn't involved with ASEA and building my financial future and integrity with this company, I wouldn't have gone to that meeting that night. I would have been packing a bag for a road trip. But my conviction's pretty deep. And when I give my word, I stick to it. So anyway, I'm just so grateful for you, Shivani, and just stand ready for what the miracles that are waiting to show up for you. And whenever you have an opportunity, give somebody a free hug. You don't have to find anywhere to put them.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Thank you, Pearl. And thank you, Shivani, for sharing your story. I know you're about to take off for something else. So thank you for stopping for a moment for us.
Thank you.
And just with what Pearl was talking about, how your life just comes around in certain orders and certain ways. I'm going to let my daughter Jackie, because we had a very eventful meeting today, and it was just all very serendipitous. And so it's just a way of showing you again just how connected we all are. So I'm going to have Jackie tell that brief story very quickly.
Hi, everyone. So I met with a man that I met through a networking group. And of course, a lot of people look into this for someone they love or care about first before themselves. And so as we were talking, he was like, I'm really interested in this, but I would really like my sister, who has a brain tumor, to really get on this. And he was telling me that his family is somewhat open to things. And I said, well, wonderful. And so we started talking. He was just getting more and more excited, hearing more and more testimonies that we were talking about. And he's like, well, I'm going to call them. Like, would you be able to meet with them tonight before you guys leave tomorrow? I said, we'd be happy to. So he calls me maybe 10, 15 minutes later, and he goes, so Jackie, my sister is already on ASEA. And so is my other sister. So 2 of his sisters are already on ASEA. I was like, oh, wonderful. And I said, well, just find out, how much she's taking too, because, something serious like a brain tumor, they've got to be taking a lot more. And he goes, okay. So I text him. I said, So find out also, where she got it. Did she get it online or did she get it through a rep, and how much she's drinking? And about a couple minutes later, he calls me. He goes, so she actually got it from you. So he's like, yeah, they started a week ago. I was like, I just started laughing because I was like, that was one of the stories I didn't tell you about that. I just had gotten this on someone with a brain tumor. And anyways, it's just serendipitous that that was his own sister. And and then I was talking, and as I was adding him to Facebook and then See a Healthy Self, I looked at our mutual friends, and one of our mutual friends is my chiropractor. I was like, oh yeah, Aaron Hancock? He goes, yeah, that's my chiropractor. I was like, that's my chiropractor, and he's on it. And this gentleman that comes in to his clinic that does basically detox for people, he's on it. And then he works with a doctor in Spain who does cancer research and getting all his patients on ASEA as well. So the word is getting out, and it's spreading like wildfire now. And so it's really cool to hear that more and more people, especially in this neck of the woods, are now hearing about it. So it's exciting.
All right, you just got a phone call. It's right here.
Oh.
Okay, so as you can see, things intertwine, and Pearl always calls them divine appointments. So we always are touching people's lives, and then it all comes back around. So it's just a beautiful thing, and I thought those stories were just kind of neat because they just both virtually happened. I'd like to go into rank advancements now. We all try to, and that does depend. I mean, if you're sharing with people and then they share with people and you're teaching them how to do that, it all comes down to going up in rank, and you kind of get there naturally if you are sharing this with people, because that's what happens. More people come on board and you just automatically get pushed up. So I'm going to share the rank advancements for this week. We had 41 of them, and this is from the week before last. So anybody that just rank advanced on Friday, it doesn't become official till Tuesday. So you're seeing the ones from last week. So I'm going to share my screen real fast. And just a second, and go on here. So to begin with, to first rank advance, when you first join, you're an associate. And this is for anybody new. So I'll just be brief about this. Then you start talking to people, and as people decide to become involved and get excited about things, they join you. And so when you have two people that join, the computer automatically puts one on your right and one on your left. Then you become a director. So our new directors this week, who have shared it with at least two people, are Catherine Mills and Anand Patel, Christopher Goju. This is a hard one. Selaporn, PHUNAURUECHALTHORN. I'm not even going to try that one. I will butcher that completely. So David's not here to laugh at me. That's good. Niels Longwood is a new director. Armel Francois is a new director. Parisa Navabi is a new director, and Patricia Meyer-Shawn is a new director. So those are the new directors, and congratulations to them, because it takes courage to step up, and especially talking to your first few people. Redox just isn't a subject that comes up very often in conversations. So as you're getting more and more people, or even if you've just gotten two, as their autoships come in, you eventually get to 300 points on one side and 300 points on the other. Now you're a Director 300. So we have several new Director 300s. From a week ago, Safe Sharp, which is Duke Shoot, became a new Director 300. Joshua Slotin became a new Director 300. Brochard Aline became a new Director 300. Laura Diva, Janet Nicholson, Hannah Mia Coleman became a new Director 300. Anne Corinne Gilsner became a new Director 300. Sophie Hargady is a new Director 300. David Rothwell. Mary Diane Benyon became a new Director 300. Karen Walther. Denise Abdul Samad. Those are all of our new Director 300. So congratulations to all of them. Again, as your team, now you're probably added some more to your team to become a Director 700, and or some of your people are signing up people, and you eventually gather 700 points on one side and 700 points on the other at least. And now you're a Director 700. So we had several new Director 700s. Tamara Solomon is a new Director 700. Aris Ann Escamilla, David Sample, Jane Flowers, Bamboo Service Center, LLC, Sal Yu Yi, Jean Noel Chevre, Joanna J. Shen Lin, Jackie, Samada XP Inc. Fu Lin Chong is a new Director 700. Chan Y Fun is a new Director 700. Shai Shen Wang, Celeste Lei, Wei Li Tan, Eli Valley, Jean Patrick Patajak, and Loyola H. Baraquato. There we go, new Director 700s. We also had some new executive ranks, and congratulations to all of us. New executive ranks this week. We had new bronze. Ye Yan Zhu is a new bronze. And Corinne Hellenius, sorry, is a new bronze executive. So congratulations to those people. We also had a new silver executive rank, and bronze is 2,000 points on both sides, and at least 2 people that have stepped up to join you in being a leader to get to 2 Director New 300s. To be silver, you have to get to 3,000 on both sides and have 3 Director 300s. Our new silver rank advancement is Lin Feng Sheng. So congratulations to our new silver executive. And we also had 2 new gold executives this week. Our very own Alexa Nolan from Gaithersburg, Maryland, went to gold executive. Woo! And Peter Radu, who lives in Las Vegas, became a new gold executive. Congratulations, Peter. So I want to congratulate all of those beautiful people, and I'm not sure, I'm going to look and see if Alexon is on board. Alexon is on board. So Alexon, would you like to unmute yourself and just give us a few words about going gold and all the persistent work you've done over the years? Let me unmute her and see if she'll say hi. Alex, hi.
Yes.
Just
Public, but go ahead, Alex. And you're just a beautiful speaker and a beautiful woman.
no, just it's really, really having a wonderful team and reaching out to people. I think that's the one thing. Yeah, I've been very blessed to be in this business around this company and taking these products for a while, but I've not been very, very consistent about reaching out, and I'm starting to be a lot more consistent about it. And it's interesting, when you reach out enough, not everybody is ready, but there are people who will be reaching back. And then sometimes when you reach on one side, they might not be ready, but somehow people on the other side start reaching out from, it feels like out of nowhere, but it's sort of a harmonious synergy thing. So it's just activity. As long as we keep moving and we're reaching out to people, then the energy is there. They'll know they can reach out to us. So
beautiful. And Alexon has got a beautiful, big, growing team. I was just going to say something about that team in just a second again. So thank you for coming on and sharing with us, and congratulations. That's just fantastic.
thank you.
I don't think I see Peter Radu on. He is normally on the team phone call, but I don't see him. If he is, please pop in. Do you need to say it
I want to
now?
read this. Yeah, it's perfect timing.
Okay.
We all have our why, and Jerry White's why is in my phone in my notes, and I love to read it. These are his words, so take it into context. It says through ASEA, and it applies so much to the rank advancement because all of our teams are because people have come together and worked together as a team. Through ASEA, I want to live an amazing life full of gratitude, full of adventure and gratitude to God with people I love and care about, making a bigger difference together than we could ever make by ourselves, to get some recognition for the good things we do, and to make enough money to be done with me so that I can concentrate on the things that matter most in life. That's Jerry White's why. And I just really think it applies to all of us because I really think we all resonate with his words. I just wanted to share that.
Thank you, Pearl.
Mhm.
And I wanted to say something about the team in Maryland. As you know, I've moved to Colorado, and that doesn't mean I won't be back. I love them all. I will miss them on a daily basis, but I'll be back often enough. I don't think I will miss them too much. And that's a vow and a pledge that I've given. But one of the things we always say is and one of the things I try to do all the time is to turn over people for their leadership. That's how people grow. When I was first in ASEA, I was the only one in Maryland. I started my own meetings. I got corporate to come in and help. I started gathering people in hotel rooms and getting people, and I had to put 60 people in seats when Jim Peck, one of our first founders, came back for the first time. And I guaranteed them that I would do that, and I did that. I called and called, and I begged people to come. I said, listen, that you'll learn something very exciting, and I need people there. Will you come? They said yes. So that's how I started my business. But then to see people grow and allow them to grow into who they're supposed to be, into the people that they're supposed to be, you turn over leadership. And you get people up in front and speaking and sharing their wisdom, because it gets tiring hearing from the same leader over and over, because there's so many beautiful ideas out there, just like Jerry White's that Pearl just read. And so I'd like to commend the team from Gaithersburg because, and I will share my screen very quickly here again. This past Sunday is a meeting that
Wow.
Ivani does once a month in her wellness center. And this time they had 50 people there, basically. I think it was 46 actually, but about 50 people came to that meeting. So it is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I know Alex and Nolan, who you just heard from, stepped up to give the business presentation. Dr. Ed De Los Reyes, who's kneeling down in front here, gave the redox presentation. He is a doctor. He has seen amazing things on this with this product. Ivani gets up and speaks. Beverly gets up and speaks. So Sharona does. All the leaders here get up and speak. And Will Nolan did the official presentation, who is Alex's father. And so they had one of the best meetings they've ever had this past Saturday without me. I turned it over. They did beautifully on their own, as I knew they would, because when I was there, they'd get me up, and people have heard from me over and over. So it was so wonderful to see that they had such a successful big meeting. Everybody came. There were lots and lots of guests. They had signups. They had wonderful things happen, and it's because you allow your leaders to grow. And I want to say congratulations to everybody in that area. You've done a superb job, and I know you'll just continue to grow and grow. So Amy Nolan is there also. She is a platinum. Amy and Will and Alexon. Amy and Will are platinums, and Alexon is now a gold. So anyway, I want to share the proud moment with you guys about how, and that's happening in lots of different areas. Charlottesville's growing. There's so many different areas in the country. Sylvie's doing an amazing job in the West. I'm now here with her. It's a good thing in Boise. And so really areas are growing around because people are stepping up to be who they deserve to be. Okay. It's 6:25, and I know people love to welcome people to the team phone call because we are signing up new people. So I'm going to ask if you have somebody you'd like to introduce, please unmute yourself and let me know, or you can put it in the chat bar. I can look at the chat bar and see if there's anybody. So if you have anybody new on, yeah, we introduced Shivani last week. Does anybody have anybody new that's come on to our team phone call that you've brought on tonight?
Hi, Debbie. This is Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
And hi, welcome to your new home. I have one preferred customer. Her name Alka. Did you see her in there? Alka, are you in there? How do you find if she's in or not? Oh, on
So
friends
you can
list.
look at.
I don't see. Yeah, okay.
Spelled
I don't see her
A-K.
there. Alka. Yeah, it's not. It's just that's a Lisa. I thought her. Okay. So. Okay, so she's not in there then. The reason she joined, because I mentioned about her, because my hair, I have natural curly hair, and I use a lot of hair products, so much chemical, and my hair fell off a lot. And since I use Redox, I just realized that my hair doesn't fall off a lot anymore. So I think that works for me. And I work in a salon, and I mentioned that to her, and that's why, you know, a lot of people, they want to talk, but I don't know why she's not in. But I just tell you about my hair. I mean,
Perfect.
I use a lot of products. I have curly hair. I do straight perm. I did so much stuff, and then it's damaged my hair. And I did the keratin. The keratin, that one damaged my hair too. So every time I comb my hair, it fell off in a sink a lot. But recently, I just realized that not much in the sink. So I'm happy with that.
Absolutely, that's great news. So your hair follicles are repairing themselves. Beautiful.
Yeah, because I use a lot of products. I don't like curly hair, so I do a lot of straight perm and put so much products on there. A lot of chemical. I know it's a chemical, but I don't. So I keep using, but now I'm happy. Even I use it, it's less. I feel like it's stronger than before.
Yes.
My hair is stronger.
Yes.
Okay, well, she's not here. I'm going to talk to her later. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Does anybody else have anyone else on board tonight? Okay. I'm just going to throw this out. Is there anything that anybody would like discussed on the call? I normally don't get any answers for this, but I'll just ask it anyway.
Debbie?
Yes. Hi, Sylvie.
Well, listen, you know what? For a long time, I didn't have a little story, but recently, I think, you know, I don't have to validate this molecule to my life but recently, I don't know if you saw the picture I put, but I get an egg on the side of my head when you miss the corner concrete of the edge of your bed with your pillow.
Oh.
And I tell you, my husband told me actually the picture doesn't look how bad it was because it turned blue and was enormous. And that was last week on Thursday. And what I want to say is, of course, first instinct, I jump, I take 4 ounces, and I pretty much put Renew on the side of my face nonstop. But the amazing thing is the pain subsided right away. I could brush my head. And I thought I will have an Halloween face because you know how those big things turn blue and everything. But that was Thursday, and there is nothing.
You can't even see it.
No, you can't. I mean, you can slightly. Yeah, my husband beat me well, so.
Wow.
But let me tell you, it's amazing. You know, you always think, and what I'm trying to say is, first of all, it's much better than arnica. For anybody who know arnica, you cannot take arnica, first of all, every single day because you will get sick. But the other thing, I think the beauty with ASEA, those molecules we are constantly feeding our body with, It helped. I'm 58 years old, so that kind of heat doesn't heal that quickly. It allowed my body to respond right away and react and heal itself. Because the way I'm feeling, and I thought I had the makeup for Halloween already done, but there is nothing. And so, I wanted to share that because it just, now I'm at the point that when I call people, I tell them I don't give a damn if they're interested. Stop product you don't know and think about people who have suffered. Don't make a decision for them. And it's very liberating to approach. I start doing that today. I get fed up with some people and say, oh, I make so much money. And I say, you know what, we care about the money, because if you're not healthy, all the money in the world won't make you happy. Right. So let's talk about what is important. Health of people. Who do you know suffer in silence? And if you don't agree with what I have, who care? Help them. So that was my message.
Well, thank you for that. And thank you for how, yeah, I'm sorry you had to go through that to get that, but, and we laughed because as a French woman, you could say, I can say I don't give a damn and people might take offense, but you can go, you don't give a damn, and it sounds wonderful.
Just elegant.
Very elegant. I need to work on my French
accent.
accent.
Actually, when I say, my husband told me about the barb, he say, Sylvie, it's not proven, it's renew. Why don't you do it on the other side, like that we compare with and without? And I said, no, thank you very much. I want to make a little correction on infrastructure. David put that the webinar is at 9 p.m. in France. It's actually 8 p.m.
Okay.
Just for people.
When I see him, we'll get that changed, okay? He's got a PDF thing that he can change.
Yeah, but don't worry.
Yes.
There's no people, because starting the 1st of November, I mean the 6th, the Wednesday, the first Wednesday of November, it will be at 8:30 p.m. Paris time.
Paris time, okay. 8:30 p.m. Paris time. If you've got anybody that speaks French, or lives over there.
6th of November. It will be
6th of November. There'll be a webinar in French that Sylvie will do. She does a fantastic job. And it'll be at 8:30 Paris time, which backs up to, yes, absolutely. I think it's 1:30 our time, I think. But anyway, Eastern time. So, all right. All right, are there any other questions of anybody that would like to ask anything? Okay, I'm going to encourage you to do one thing, and I'm just going to point this out. I don't guess we have too many new people on, but I'm going to share it anyway because I find some of my even own associates don't know where to go sometimes. So going into your See It Virtual Office, going into the menu. I keep talking about our resources, so we have a beautiful library here. And if you click on the library, you should actually go through and see what's in the library. And I've encouraged many, many people to do that. The ethos is down here somewhere. So in videos, the Ethos Academy playlist. One of the things we all pride ourselves about in ASEA, and I can tell you that this has turned around many people. You can talk about Retox and what it does, and you can talk about getting people healthy and regenerating cells and everything, and people are very interested in that. I'm not saying they're not. But then a lot of times they find out this is a network marketing company. And of course, if you tell the Genesis or show them the Genesis movie, the video, you can turn around many people by saying, the reason it was brought by network marketing is because we were almost shut down by a pharmaceutical company. And if he didn't step up and decide to start this company, the world would never know about this. And there are many people out there who would like to shut us down and get us, not being around. So we're not all so healthy. Because then we would start taking drugs again. But so many times I have talked about this, and I know Pearl has, and I know many people do. We talk about the type of people that we want to attract into this company and that we have so far. And that's the Ethos Academy. This is what we're all heading for this coming March, is the Ethos training, which we call the Envision Conference. And it's March 26th through 28th in Dallas, Texas. Tyler Norton is one of the most masterful trainers I have ever heard. He can tell stories and share things and peel layers of the onion open so that you gradually, he makes you laugh. You're laughing, and all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, that was the most amazing message I ever heard. So I want to encourage everybody to get to Envision. But in our own back office, he has, in a more succinct way, 2 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes, stuff like that, 7 minutes. He has gone through the different parts of the Ethos Academy. And I can tell you that when I've stood up and I've talked to people, and then I turn around and say, and then we have an ethos that puts people and purpose and principle above ego and economics, and we do a training on this, they sit up and they start paying attention. They have never heard that about other companies, and especially about network marketing companies, but it doesn't matter. Corporate companies don't do ethos trainings. And when I talk to people about that, it is so impressive. And Pearl was saying this is one of the most underutilized portions of our library. So as you're sending things out to people to kind of let them see what our company is about, don't forget that you can share these videos one at a time if you like. You can go in and listen to some of the ones over that you maybe haven't heard in this very short version, and pick out a couple of your favorites and send them and just say, here is what our company is about. Here's the heart of our company. These are the people that we are attracting. These are the people I work with. These are the people I want my children to grow up around. These are the people that I want to share my life with. This is my ASEA family, and this is the man who teaches this, so we are able to attract the same kind of people into our company. So I encourage you to go in and look at those again and start using them. They make a big deal of difference to many, many people, and especially the ones that we're trying to attract in that way. And so I would just encourage you all to do that. It's right there, like I said, under libraries and videos, and you saw where it was because I was pulling it up. And Pearl's now going to say something.
Yeah. A little puppet over here. When Tyler speaks of it, people say, what does ethos mean? And he has such a way of teaching. He relates it to Hawaii. And in Hawaii, it means culture. The culture of Hawaii is summed up in the word aloha. And aloha, people think it means hello and goodbye. It actually means love. So the ethos, the culture of the Hawaiian people is love, and it's in the word aloha. So our ethos is wrapped around the concept of believe, belong, and become. And those 9 short videos, if you watch number 1 and you don't click it off, it'll just roll right into number 2. So put them on while you're washing dishes or something, and just kind of feel the heart, soul, and integrity of who's behind us.
So that was one thing I'd like to encourage you to do. And if there's, we always say be brief, be brilliant, and be gone. If anybody else has anything to share, I'd like to open it up. Has anybody had anything kind of extraordinary or miraculous kind of happen to them or to somebody they loved, or like a destiny meeting or something like that? We all love hearing stories.
Hi, Debbie. This is Oli.
Hi, Oli.
Hi there, and hi, everybody. I just wanted to share briefly the power of the accountability partnership and how it all interrelates to how people incubate for a while and then they really, really come around. I have had the best joy in this company with just becoming friends with Will Noland. I mean, literally every day, 6 days a week, we're in touch by phone, by text, both. And just watching him inspires me beyond description. And what it's really also led to is just being consistent and remembering to follow up on the little details and on going back to people and just seeing how they're doing. And what's happened as a result of all this is that people who are incubating for a while who'd say, oh no, I don't know if I'm going to sell anything, etc. They're now starting to come on aboard. I mean, my mom is starting to light up on fire, and some other people and some folks elsewhere, which is too long to describe here, but it's just an incubation period, because people don't always necessarily just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it right away. You know, sometimes people just, they say, well, let me just see what happens. And then what inevitably has been happening with us is that people just get really excited when they start seeing changes in their personal lives. And then people who claim that they will never talk to anybody about it, all of a sudden they talk to everybody about it. And then out of those, people come aboard, and then we get preferred customers, we get some other things happening, and it's just really exciting. And I just really am grateful to you for building the organization that led to us. I mean, because everything you started 9 years ago is why we're all here. So I'm just really grateful.
You are so welcome, Oli, and thank you for everything you've done and helping to share this with and changing so many people's lives. You really have already, and have reached the bronze weight yourself. So congratulations to you. And I'd like to thank Roxanne Seven, who may be on, I'm not sure, for sponsoring Oli, because she knew him. I should probably make a few announcements, and so I will do that. Was there anything else that anybody wanted to share very quickly? If not, let me just say that, was there somebody there?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention something, and probably there's a lot of people that have had this experience, but this is my first. I just went for an award last week for the Fireplace Association that I'm a member of, and anyway, I met this guy that is from the Rotary Club, so we talked. I sent him the video and did some other stuff, and bottom line is, it looks like I'm going to get a speaking event out of it, which I'm planning to do pretty much like the same format of you know, what we have for house meetings and whatnot. Any suggestions? Feel free.
Suggestions for speaking about what?
The Rotary Club, you know, they're inviting me, it looks like, as a guest, so I just wanted to see if anybody has any. You get a half hour to talk, so I was going to set it up kind of like the same format of, you know, our in-home meeting.
The 2-minute setting.
Well, I probably won't go into a lot of it right now on the team meeting, but if you can speak about redox and the science of it a little bit, and maybe show the 2minutes.info thing that creates interest a little bit. You could probably speak a little bit about that, because this is a true science. You don't have to speak about ASEA and the company and joining you and stuff. You can talk about redox and what a difference it's making in the world. And then you'll have a lot of questions afterwards, and you could get a lot of leads from that. I did that in Toastmasters. I just spoke about redox one time, and I had so many people that came up to me afterwards and wanted to know about it, more about it, and I told them I represented a company that was actually, so I did that off to the side.
Do you have your own story, Frank? Do you have a story of your own experience?
I'm sorry, what was that again?
Do you have your own ASEA experience, your own story?
I do. Like I said, I get a half hour, and I was going to use the video, the one from the convention, the 19-minute redox one, as an intro, and then do some sampling, and, you know, like I said, pretty much construct it like a home meeting, and, you know, within the context of that. But I'm amenable to suggestions.
Okay. Well, we can make suggestions afterwards. I don't think we're going to go into that on the team meeting.
Thanks.
Sure, absolutely. I'm going to go into the fact that we do have what Oli was talking about. We did put him in accountability partnership because he had decided to join our 90-day surge program. For anybody new on, you are welcome to join that coming up on November 1st. We put you with accountability partner. And first of all, let me apologize. I have been so busy packing and moving. I haven't been able to keep up with the people who have wanted to switch or do some things. And I promise I will get right on that on November 1st, as soon as I move into my home. And we'll be able to help everybody then. And so I apologize. And But anyway, so there's a surge group that you can join November 1st. Again, if you want to text me, that'd probably be the best so that I see it. If you are good with your accountability partner, don't say anything. If you are not having success with where you are, then please go ahead and text me, and I will copy down all of them as I'm away, and I'll be able to jump back into it as soon as I get back. So because of that, and because this is going so quickly and exploding so quickly, David Silverman and I, along with several other leaders, have gotten together webinars and things that you can get to pretty much every night of the week. So Monday nights is our team phone call. Tuesday nights, I usually do a webinar. So of course, tomorrow I'll be in Hawaii. I'm going to have the amazing Pearl Bowen who will be doing that. And she'll be sharing my PowerPoint so that you'll know kind of exactly. I try to do the same thing so you know what to expect. I go very briefly and simply into a little bit, tiny bit of the science. I virtually skim over that of redox, but I do tell you what redox does for your body, and give some of the facts about the company and the ethos of the company. And so that's my webinar, and I usually do it in about 30 minutes. I'm sure Pearl will be done then. And then I answer questions. On Wednesdays at 1, I'm going to say at Eastern time, at 1 p.m. Eastern time, we do a webinar for people in Europe. I usually do that one, and that will still be going on. I have to get somebody to step up to do that one. At 9 p.m. Eastern, David Silverman does one, and Dr. Carolyn Hoffman will be doing that one. Okay. Let's see. And then I know he's doing closings. He's doing like 10-minute closings for people who are having their in-homes on Wednesday nights. So he does one at, I think it's 7:50, 8:50, 9:50, and 10:50 Eastern time. He comes in and on this same Zoom number, and he'll do the closing if you're having an in-home. Those are going to be covered also. I think Danielle Matthews is doing the first 3, and I think David asked Sylvie to do the last one just because it's so late on the East Coast.
Yes, actually, I'm doing the one at 6:50, which is 8:50 Eastern time, and the one at 10.
You're doing the last 2?
8:50. Or is that the backup? Is it me creating this backup? 8:50 and 10:50.
You're doing 8:50 and 10:50. Okay, so Sylvie will be doing the closings for those 2. So if you have your in-homes and you'd like somebody, and like I said, it doesn't have to be a diamond who closes. That's what we're trying to let people know. Anybody who's well-spoken and has been in for a little while can close out your meeting, because they're just going to validate what you've already said with showing your videos and doing the drinking, the taste testing, and the rubbing the Renew 28 on and hearing testimonials. That's an in-home, and then somebody can come in and close it. And again, it can be anybody, cross-line, up-line, down-line, whoever. And so we're trying to get that across as to how easy it is. On Thursday night, Alan Noble does a brilliant Discover ASEA. Since you're already on Zoom, if you just go to discoverasea.com, he brings up and he goes through brilliantly all about ASEA and redox and has testimonials on. And so he does that Thursday nights Eastern time at 9 p.m. And if you want to go back and watch one of them, they're brilliant, and or you can send this to somebody. You can use it as a tool. You can go to discoverasea.net and you will see last week's video there. I'm trying to mute that person. And lastly, and I try to get this out through text to the leaders so that they can disperse it and get it to other people. On Friday nights, Jim Glenn and William Friedman do a brilliant job of interviewing people. And the last few evenings, I'll just go over and I guess I could send out an email about this. Let me see if I can find this very quickly. Jim Glenn. So this past week, they had Dr. Rich Michael on. He's amazing and has got some amazing stories. So they interview him, and you find out all about redox. So it's another beautiful webinar that you can get on. The Friday before that was with all the dentists in ASEA. So again, it's Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central. That's 8 p.m. Eastern, of course, and all the other time zones. The week before, he had it with Harry and April Huan. They are I don't know what they are now. Triple Ambassador Diamonds or something like that. They've got a huge growing group, and they're in California. So all of these are on live on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I will send out the one that he sends out this week to you through an email, but I've been sending it to all the leaders so they can get it down to everybody else. So if you'd like to know more about that, I can, I'll post them on my Debbie's Diamond Club. That's where I'll post them. And I will get more into the rhythm of doing that. So those are fantastic webinars to get on every single week, Monday through Friday. So please know that they will still be going on even though we'll be in Hawaii. And just so you know, if you're going to try to reach a diamond, most of us will be in Hawaii. And so remember to text or email us, because we are, I don't know how many hours behind, 4 hours behind from here, Mountain Time, 6 hours behind Eastern Time. So, and a lot of us won't have phones with some of the things that we'll be doing in Hawaii. So know that, be patient, and we can get back to you eventually, but you'll find, just reach out to other team members this week. If you need three-ways and stuff, you've got brilliant people on this team phone call right here that can do three-ways for you. So just reach out to amongst yourselves and get your three-ways done and have people introduce. I, a lot of times, will use anybody in my downline for a three-way. I've got brilliant people, so I love using them. So reach out to anybody, okay? All right, if there's no more questions, I'm going to let you go. I've made all the announcements that are going to be happening there. If you're on with Trisha's newsletter, if you go to A-Team Support, if you want to know what big events are coming up, you can see those. But I like to give people tools that they can go to. So if you go to A-Team Support and go to meetings, you'll see the meetings that will be going on. With the flyers, you can click on the link with the flyers, and if there's an Eventbrite registration, you can see where to join if you want to have somebody go to some of the events around the country. She has all of them there. So thank you for being on the team phone call. Does anybody have anything else final to say?
Debbie, one quick question. Do you know if it's possible to download any of the new videos to a computer so that when you don't have internet, you can show them?
I know you can. You could go to it and you could copy and paste. Well, then you still need internet though. Okay. You could always put them on a flash drive. And then when you get to somebody's house, if they don't have internet, you could put the flash drive in and click on it and it would play. So then you've downloaded on a flash drive.
If you have an HDMI cable, you just put the video on your computer and then plug the HDMI cable into the back of your computer and it shows it on your TV.
Right, that's on your TV, but that's if you have internet. So you have to download it first so that it will play no matter what.
Well, it's not. Yeah, you just put it on your, well, or you just put it on your computer if you're trying to show it from your computer.
If you also, Debbie, it's Brandy. I've done this a few times when I did the Red Barn in Sigma's. Anyways, you can use Umi Video and you download the video, and or if you have like YouTube Premium, you can download it and then it's in your download so you can watch it anytime.
Okay.
Thanks, Debbie.
A lot of times if you right click on things, you can download things and it will be in your downloads and then you won't need internet for it. Yes.
Debbie, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm meeting with somebody tomorrow that's only interested in the science. Do you have any suggestions as to what I can go to pretty quickly? I'm
Well,
meeting
there's
with her in
the-
person.
I would take them right to the ASEA Science site.
Okay.
I mean, you can also show them PubMed if you want to. That's a validation. And I mean, if they can't read studies, and I can't read studies, I just see the studies. I know they're there, and I can't read them. But you could take them to ASEA, PubMed.gov. That's all the different studies that have been peer reviewed by doctors and posted there about redox. And you can go to PubMed.gov, type in redox signaling molecules. There's over 18,000 studies. You can show them that. You can show them redox research centers that have opened up around the country. You can just go to redox centers and pulls up with Medical University of South Carolina, Harvard, Vanderbilt, Cornell, Wake Forest.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. So redox centers, just Google redox centers.
I did, and that's where I found, all the ones that I put in my PowerPoint.
Yes.
There's a wonderful piece in your library under science, the second one down. It's scientific validation of ASEA or redox. It's in the library under science, the second one. And that's the one where in the last paragraph on the first page is where it references taking 2 ounces every 2 hours for very serious situations. Yeah. ASEA redox science summary, it says. That's a really
scientific validation of ASEA redox supplement. It's in your library.
That's a good
second one down under science.
Okay.
That's why people should keep looking around. But here's all the different things about ASEA and the redox product and David Neiman and cell regeneration and blood flow and study and everything else.
And what is your response to the objection that the science is done by ASEA and it's not third party? What is your response to that? I mean, it is third party, but it's funded by ASEA, which is, I mean, my response would be that drug companies fund their own research. Is that what you say?
Well, I just say, yeah, we wanted validation, so we take it to third party, very credible. Like Tarot Labs does Ancestry. They do the testing for Ancestry. So that's a very well-known lab, and they don't skew tests to make ASEA look good. They do their tests, and we found that the test did very well for genetics and turning on genes, and so we published it, basically.
You can look on the back of the container, and it shows you third-party validation right there.
So of course we pay for studies to show people, that this is real and stuff.
Right. And then all the grants that are being done through the redox centers.
That's not ASEA.
ASEA is not doing that.
That's not ASEA. Right, exactly.
National Institutes of Health gave 2 grants that I know of, the Medical University of South Carolina and Cornell. Then the rest of the schools have opened up their own, just seeing how big of a science this is.
So take a tube of gel with you and ask that person if they want a double-blind study. Tell them to close both eyes, put it on 3 times in 5 minutes, and pay attention to what happens. There's a double-blind study for you.
Well, yeah, I had the problem the other night that they didn't have any pain, so I couldn't really do the 3 times 5.
You can always still do it. Most people usually have stress in their neck, and they will feel a difference in the stress levels of their neck and the tightness of it. You can also just put it on the back of a hand. You can see, well, I don't know if you can see kind of my veins. They're not doing anything right now. You rub it on the back of the hand, you can feel the difference, and the veins get much bigger because the increased blood flow.
Oh, well, that's cool. I didn't know that.
You can also do a balance test. You can take somebody, and David Silverman shows you this all the time, but you can stand up and hold your arm out and have them put their leg up on with the same arm, and you push down, and of course their leg comes down to balance them. Then you can put Renew just right here on the carotid arteries, and then push down again. I mean, you're not you're pushing down gently, and they will have their balance. It's pretty amazing.
Okay. Okay.
You can do it that way. We've done that with a lot of doctors. They're very impressed with that.
And do you do the one with pushing the fist through the hand?
You can do that one too. That's pushing somebody down. And then if you do the same thing, put the Renew 28 here, you can't push them down anymore. And you can also push them up and back, and you won't be able to push them up and back anymore if you're using the same push.
And stand with
Okay.
if you have somebody, if you're sharing with somebody and they're coming at you with all these objections, stand with a posture. This is not, it is not under trial. It's not.
Yeah, we've already proven it several times.
It is not under trial.
Mm-hmm.
So stand tall in your conviction, and I just, oof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, redox molecules have been proven, and now we've been proven to be redox molecules. So there's your validation.
Right.
So.
Right, and with bioagiletics. And also, I don't know if anybody knows this, but in ASEA Connect, there's a certificate from Bioagiletics that you can print off and actually show the certificate that they test
Yes.
to prove that it's actually in the bottle.
Authentication, yes.
Yes. Yes, okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Good questions. All right. Now I'm overtime. So I'm going to let everybody go and have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being here. There is a global call if anybody's interested on Cindy Buck's line. If you would like to get on that, it is, hang on. It's 970-963-2487. So if you'd like to get on the global call, it's going on right now. I don't know who she has on tonight. I'm sorry. I've been a little busy. So anyway, have a good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. And I'll unmute everybody.
Thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Debbie.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Debbie. And
You know,
all right, finding it.
Bye-bye.
Boy, I tell you what, I've gotten rid of a lot of shit, but I know I got a lot more in me. But I'll get there with God's help.